Okay, welcome to BFS Wargaming. We're here for another video. We're talking to Dan today, and he's going to do 2 tournament reviews for us because he's been to 2 tournaments pretty close together. So the first one we're going to talk about is a Vigilus one. So what was it called?
It was Animosity Animosity Wargaming. It was their Vigilus part of the campaign. They've done 4 of them all together. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Nitirius or something. Nilius, yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it was good. It's more of a narrative tournament. It wasn't too, although there was some quite strong lists there, especially pretty much a mirror image of the Jakari list I play normally because I took my Space Wolves this time. So there was some quite tidy lists.
And this was at the Outpost, was it?
Yeah, the Outpost at Sheffield.
Yeah, so let's go into start off. So first game, what were you up against?
Khorne Demons.
Khorne Demons.
3 Bloodthirsters.
Nice.
And 30 Zangors. That was his whole list.
Zangors or Bloodletters?
Oh, sorry, Bloodletters. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had 3 Demons and 30 Bloodletters?
Yeah.
3 Bloodthirsters and 30 Bloodletters. And that was it.
One of the Bloodthirsters was 800 and something points.
Okay, and it was a 1750 list, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how did it go?
All right, he failed all his charges, so
that's always handy when you're playing a combat list.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I took a Space Wolf list with some Bloodclaws, Grey Hunters, and some Infiltrators as my troop choices, and I took Arjak and Bjorn, as well as a Smash Cat or Smash Wolflord and Stormcaller.
Yeah.
And I started off in the middle of the board, so it was a case of
because these were like quite narrative.
Very narrative stuff.
Narrative missions.
So I started off in the middle of the board, surrounded, which wasn't really ideal for me. I was thinking I was in a world of pain, to be honest, because he could set up anywhere 9 inches away, and I thought, great.
Okay.
Everything for him came from reserves, so yeah, he just set everything up on the first turn, and basically, you could win more points if you could control a table edge, if you had more units on that table edge than anyone else at the end of the game. But
yeah,
he went full blood for the blood gods and went to just try and destroy me.
Well, I think if you're playing Khorne, you've got to go blood for the blood.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way you've got to go. And and he only got. In fact, I think he failed all his charges.
Oh wow! So then you got to come out with the Thunder Wolves with Arjak.
No, I did. Sorry, no, that's the only one. The main Bloodthirster. I can't remember his name. Is the 800 and something.
The 800 point one, yeah.
He got that in and wiped out the Thunder Wolves.
Okay, and then Arjak and Bjorn hit back.
At that point, I fired. I had the Whirlwind with the +1 to hit flying, so I used that to my advantage, and took one of his Bloodthirsters out in one turn of pretty much all shooting. In fact.
Oh wow.
That was his second highest pointed one. And then he had one without wings, that burnt wings. Can't remember his name.
Okay.
He started to peel some points off of him, and then the main one on his next movement jumped over. I didn't bother charging at that point. I left it, and he jumped over the top from the one side to the other, right next to Arjak, because he thought Arjak was giving too many wound re-rolls and this, that, and the other, and Bjorn was there as well, and he decided to charge Arjak and the Bloodclaws, and he did take the Terminator pack leader out, and then Arjak, he took 20 attacks went through, and wounds went through in 2 because he fought twice with him, and I saved all of them bar 1, which I command point re-rolled and saved that. And then I did 19
so
wounds.
That's 23 up in runs.
Yeah. And then I did 19 wounds back in 2 rounds of fighting because I paid to fight twice as well.
Wow.
And I did 19 in return. And he had a 4 up in one. So I was thinking I did pretty well to get that through, really. So yeah, 20 wounds through.
So as a case of you rolled well and he didn't?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I dropped Bjorn down for my turn. and thought, well, they can finish him off. But I did make a fundamental mistake.
What was that?
I took the smash sword over to finish off the other one and killed him in shooting. So he had one bloodthirster left, so I charged a bloodthirster with him. And then because I was in the motion of using him, I ended up fighting with him first, and he paid to interrupt and took out Arjac. So I finished him off with Bjorn. So
yeah,
it was.
Arjac's pretty good, isn't he? So what was up next then?
Up next was because it was the end of the 4 tournaments.
Yeah.
They did a team game, so it was 4,000 points. We had 2,000 each, and then you had to pick a hero. So that they were using Drakari and
Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos, and they had Arjac as their hero on the table, and they had Abaddon, and I had Arjac.
Yeah.
And Abaddon and Arjac were in a ring in the middle of the board, which is 2 tables together, and they fought. Basically, the tournament organizer said that you've got 25 wounds each, and basically at the end of it, whoever dies, you can use command points, stratagems, and all that. If the one that dies, the one that's left can then join the game, but up until that point, they can't do anything. They just got to fight each other. So they won the turn to start
the roll.
And they took it, and then Arjac ended up smashing Abaddon and ended up left with 3 wounds.
Nice.
So yeah, Arjac was the man of the day. It turned out.
Yeah, sounds like Arjac was an absolute hero.
To be honest, I actually only lost. Considering I was playing Space Wolves, I actually only lost 1 full squad of Grey Hunters.
In that big game.
Yeah, I didn't lose. Bearing in mind the Drakari were playing, and he had Havocs and Terminators and all sorts on the. I thought
your Eldar teammate lose a lot.
Yeah, he lost a lot of. He lost a lot more.
So they went straight for the Eldar rather than the Craft Worlds, rather than going for the Space Wolves.
We used these Aspect Warriors as a bit of a shield, but it was more the fact that the Dark Eldar were up the Eldar end, and although they were shooting at me as well, they had a Reaper at my end of the table, and because I put a Storm Shield in every squad, bar the Infiltrators, so the Grey Hunters had it, the Blood Claws had it, obviously the characters were screened.
Sounds like you had a day of rolling 3 up invons, Dan. You done well.
Yeah, it's mainly it. Yeah, he took the Grey Hunt. Well, in fact, it was the last turn when all the Grey Hunters had died, because I rolled some on their normal saves, depending on what it was. And I had the guy with the Storm Shield left, the Wolf Guard pack leader, and right until turn 5.
So you had another. Did you have another game after that?
No, it was just because it was a 4,000 point game. That
so it lasted like over 2 games almost. So you ended up. How did you end up finishing? So over the 4, did you go to all 4?
Yes.
And how did you finish on all 4? So I think we did do a review for 1.
Yeah, we did do 1. I just didn't get the rest of them. But 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Sorry, 1st.
Yeah, you came joint 1st on the first one, didn't you?
Yeah. Then 3rd, then 2nd,
and then 1st.
And then joint 1st again.
Yeah.
The only problem with it was there's not enough separation between the winners if you've got major or minor victories.
Yeah, and also because of the way the tournament was, it was like Imperium versus Chaos. Sometimes Xenos was sort of mixed in there in different ways. So, but it sounds like it was a good, fun tournament. And nice to play.
Friendly people.
Yeah, and a bit different, you know. So well done to Animosity Gaming for putting it on. Sounds like it was good.
Yeah, it's a bit of a turn of pace sometimes from the ITC and the ETC style tournaments where they're a bit more sweaty and tense or more tense when you're fully concentrating.
Yeah, you can go to a nice tournament like that. You can meet new people, play against new people, roll some dice, have a laugh, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was good.
So talking about the ITC, we got. Your other tournament you went to was the Lords of Waaagh, organised by the Lords of Waaagh?
It was indeed at the Forge in Manchester.
Yeah, and this was an ITC tournament.
That was an ITC, 2,000 point ITC tournament.
Cool. So
I didn't take Spaceballs at the time.
Okay, so go through your list. What did you take? You took Drukhari, yeah?
Yeah, I took my standard Drukhari list that we've seen on the channel before.
So just run through it quickly.
It consists of a Black Heart battalion. It's got 2 Archons, one with obviously Labyrinth of Cunning, and Helm of the Writ of the Living Muse, and then we've got another Archon with Helm of Spite. 3 units of Cavalite Warriors with Shredders.
Yeah.
5-man units. They're in 3 Venoms, and there's 2 Razor Wings with Disseys, and 3 Ravagers with Disseys. And I think that's the Black Heart. And then we've got a Prophets of Flesh Spearhead. We've got 2 Talos, and then 2 single Taloses to make it the Spearhead. A unit of Racks and 2 units of 3 Grotesques.
The Talos are obviously got macro scalpels,
chain flails, and haywire and blasters. Yeah. The standard loadout that most people use.
Yeah.
And then I also added a Reaper in there as well.
Ah, yes.
Because I couldn't get it in the Black Heart. Yeah, the Black Heart battalion. I also needed a bit more anti.
Interestingly, does it give them a +1 toughness?
It does, yeah.
With if you need the homunculus.
Yeah, and also, as far as I can work out, unless anyone knows any differently.
Yeah, the homunculus. You took obviously the D3 command points and the Master Vexator.
Yeah, I pay for the Alliance of Agonies because it's 1 command point, and if you're playing Prophets of Flesh, you can use the Diabolical Soothsayer, and it gives you D3 command points back. So it's free. Yeah, and a free Warlord trait.
Yeah, and then the Master Vexator is a relic which basically stops you getting overwatched, and you can pick a unit within 6 inches, which is 6 inches is a big thing because a lot of the others, like the Space Wolf, have one that's similar, but it's only within 3 inches, I believe.
Yeah.
So 6 inches is a big, is a big area, I think, for that fighting last thing, because it's very hard to avoid. If you're going into that homunculus cover, you can't get out of that, you know. If it wasn't 6 inches, maybe if it was 3 inches, you might sometimes be able to avoid that.
Skirt around it.
Yeah, skirt around it.
Especially with Talos having a 60mm base.
Yeah, exactly.
You need it at 3 inches anyway, so you can't sit behind it and use them as a shield.
That 6 inches is pretty. It makes it very, very good. So, first game in the ITC Lords of War tournament.
I had a guy called Dave. He was running Thousand Suns, which I hadn't played a mono Thousand Suns list, to be honest. And Christ, have they got some powers? It was
so many psychic powers, aren't they?
Luckily, he wasn't rolling well on them,
So roughly what was his list? What do you have? Zangors?
He had I think 2 units of Zangors, 10s. Then he had 3 units of Rubrics. He had 3 units of Enlightened.
Okay, yeah.
Demon Prince, Araman, some other sorcery shenanigans. Zangor Shaman on a disc.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, it was 2 Demon Princes.
Nice.
One with the Diabolical Strength, I think it is it?
Yeah, Diabolic Strength. You can give it, and gives it +2 strength and +1 attack.
And to be honest, I was a lot. The Demon Princes didn't really do me much. They took out a Talos after they'd been shot a lot, and other than that, then I wiped them both out. Nice. They fell quite nicely. 1 to 2 Talos, and then the other one to my Archon, and another Talos.
So, how did that game end?
Major, I think it was 43-13 or something like that.
Okay, so you won it quite convincingly.
Yeah. I was just fortunate with the way it went with the kills. He hit a lot, but I could see the units from either side, obviously with the mobility of the Drukhari.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to wipe units out, but I was getting enough of them down. So the second turn, I was able to take a unit at a time because there were about 3 models left in each unit.
I do love that Drukhari Codex. It's so good in terms of, especially I feel for like ITC, the mobility you've got a bit of, especially your list. You've got some shooting in there. You've got the haywire, so against vehicles. You've got the Reaper against anti-tank, anti-monster, and then you've got the Talos, which also can dish out close combat. Grotesque can dish out a lot of wounds in close combat. And then you've got that poison to take out,
Yeah, the poison you've got against Zangors, and you know,
really a nice well-rounded list.
I used disintegrators against the rubrics because of all his dust rule. So I just ploughed into him with a lot of disintegrator shots. I mean, in that list, there's 27, 31 disintegrators. I think there is in that list, and
that's a lot of disintegrators.
31 disintegrator shot or something. It might be more than that.
31 disintegrator shots. Yeah. So,
it's more than that, in fact.
Game 2, what happened? Who did you go up against?
I had Gilliman.
Oh, Gilliman, Ultramarines.
It's quite an interesting game. Not really actually played a full Gilliman. The first time I've come up against Gilliman, actually. The reroll, he, in fact, I'll go back to game 1. Seized the initiative in game 1.
You seized the initiative in game 1, yeah?
Didn't really help me in game 1, to be honest. I wasn't prepared for it, and I thought I'll try anyway, because he's not got the massive volume of shooting. I thought, well, I'll push forward to the edge of my shooting ranges and just try and plink a load off before getting involved.
Yeah.
And game 2, I seized as well, which which meant
seized twice
in a row. Yeah, I was right.
That's pretty immense.
I was rolling right. Not only that, I'll tell you the next bit in a minute. But I took out one of the. He had some intercessors. He had 2 repulsors, Gilliman's bodyguards, whatever they're called. He had some
the honor guard or whatever they are.
Well, the ones with the plasma.
Hellblasters.
2 units Hellblasters. The banner.
The ancient, that gets them to fire back.
Yeah, and some scouts and a couple of librarians.
Okay.
He put one of the librarians really close to my lines so he could get the middle objective, and then put null zone on it, but it didn't last very long. It was a bit of a crazy move. He also
moved it, so there was nothing else closer to you.
We played the ones where it was the 2 corners.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is it was the closest model.
Yeah.
So you could shoot it.
No, when he moved it into the middle for his turn. He had it in front of intercessors to start with, behind the intercessors to start with, and then moved it right onto the objective. And I took the intercessors out, and he was actually still closer to me. I just had to move around the scenery to kill it. So that after that, he was just penned in his corner really, and with the ever advancing tide and the haywire, the Reaper made short work of the repulsors because they got crap saves, so he was having to roll 6s or there was mortal wounds. Couldn't really do anything about it. So first turn I took out repulsor.
Only have a 3-up save, which is crazy.
Stupid, and no sort of feeling of pain.
No.
So I took out repulsor and a unit of Hellblasters and some intercessors and a librarian. Second turn, his first turn, he tried using a stratagem, which was orbital bombardment, because my stuff was packed in tight. He used orbital bombardment, so I vectored it because I thought it is packed in quite tight and he's going to get a lot of units here. So, and I rolled a 6.
Oh no! So he lost his command points as well.
3
command points for that, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 command points. So I rolled a 6 to seize, and then I rolled a 6 on that, and I did feel a bit bad.
That guy must have finished that game and thought, "Oh my god!" Like all the luck went against me. Like
apparently,
get seized on, and then
he said to me, he played another Gilliman list in the first round.
Yeah,
and he apparently was rolling mega hot.
Oh,
he actually tabled the guy really quickly. I tabled the guy in the first game, and then I ended up tabling by turn 3 in the second game.
Oh wow! Yeah, I suppose once you get through them repulsors, and then the Hellblasters, they haven't got much really. And then you can keep Gilliman at a.
I think maybe in turn 4. I was just Gilliman left in turn 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then I charged him with the homunculus and 2 Talos.
Nice.
I killed him, and then he tried to revive it. The one where he comes back to life and failed it. And then he paid the command points to try and just take the 2 Talos with him on the in death throes or whatever it's called.
Okay, yeah.
So that was the end of that game. So and after that, I went to table 1. I think I was leading the leaderboard at that point.
Okay, we're going to come back in just a second to talk about the last game, which is on the top table. So we're back for the final game. So it was a 3-game tournament.
It was.
You're on the top table, so you're sitting basically joint first.
Yeah, I think so. I might have even been first at that point. I'm not really sure. I didn't really tend to look, to be honest, until I don't like to worry about it, and I just play my games really until people started to go, oh yeah, you're on top table, you're playing second guy, and then I was like, crap. I don't want to think about that.
So who was it that you came up against?
A guy called Chris. I think he's part of the Harlequins gaming shop team that were there.
Oh, okay.
Up at Preston. He was playing the old mixed chaos list of
Plague Bearers
and Zangors and
Ahriman and people.
Ahriman, Sorcerers for Days.
Yeah.
Demon Prince. Yeah, it was
some
Pink Horrors.
Plague. What are they called?
Plague Bearers.
The Heralds.
Oh, these Poxbringers.
Did they have them?
Yeah, all of it, and Pink Horrors. Yeah.
Nice.
Cultists mixed in for.
How did it go?
Very smitey.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think it was like £20 or something, £19 or.
Wow.
I made some mistakes. First time I played that list, to be honest. I've seen it and stuff. I've not played it. I made a few mistakes. He had all the minuses on the Plague Bearers, and I really should have concentrated far on his angles. But you tend to worry about what's in front of you sometimes, and really I should utilise my mobility and got behind a bit more and used the flyers to get behind. But I did put too much firepower in the first turn into the Plague Bearers, to be honest, and I didn't screen my Talos well enough.
Who went first? Did he go first?
Yeah.
So he managed to get all the buffs off.
Yeah, I didn't get C's that time. Could have done with the C's. To be fair, I could have done with the C's that time.
You could seize them. You probably could have deleted them Plague Bearers first turn. But once you get the buffs off with the -1, you can then warp surge them.
He did every turn. He warp surged them every turn. He had -2 hit on them every turn, pretty much.
In that list, you've almost got to sort of ignore the Plague Bearers, haven't you? Because they're the ones that are so stubborn.
Which I did after the first turn, pretty much. And this was only stuff that was just in range of Plague Bearers, and I shot that. I should have screened my Talos better, to be honest. It was a bit of
I'm gathering he just smarted them off the board.
Yeah, all but one, and he rushed. There was one squad of Grotesques left and a squad of Plague. And the Talos, and he rushed them with I can't remember, was it 20 Zangors? 20, I think, and Talos and Grotesque sorted them out. Kept him in combat for a couple of turns, which obviously slowed my advance down a little bit. But then I got around the other side of my Archon and the Homunculus, and once I got rid of his troops, I got into his Sorcerers, and they died fairly easy from disintegrator fire. Like the Terminator Sorcerers, still saving on the 5-ups. He did roll a lot of 5-up saves, and 5-up disgusting resilience on the plate.
You need to in that list.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But I mean, so basically, it was, from what you've obviously already told me, it came down. It was a very, very close game.
Yeah, I think it was 23 points each at the end, or 23, I think.
Yeah. So, So final turn. What happened?
Final turn.
Turn 6.
I tabled him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the final turn.
On the final turn, yeah.
Obviously, you don't get anything except for tabling someone in, only the points.
I tabled all 3 opponents, to be fair.
It's good, really good, and especially tabling the a Plague Bearer list. That's just some good going. That's what they're there for. They're there to stick around.
Yeah, it's about 98 models or something.
So it ended up 26 all, so it was a draw.
Yeah,
and then
I dropped out a third.
The guy behind you who was on the table, obviously won his game, went first, and basically
it was a bit weird how it worked out, because I was in second place, and then for some reason ended up, when the rest of the results came in, I dropped out a third. So I don't know if someone that
when I looked on Best Coast Pairings, it looked looked like you and the guy that you played were joint second. I don't know if you can't do joint second on best coast pairings or for what reason he was above you. But basically, if you had got 1 point, you'd have won that.
Which I should have done really, because I didn't. He hid some cultists when we did deployment, and what I didn't notice, he put them in the back building, and I've done one flyby with the old razor wings. Yeah. And on the last turn, I used the razor wing and just deleted them. And I should have done that on the first or probably the second turn, to be honest. I didn't see him and didn't pay attention.
Yeah, you sometimes forget stuff there.
Yeah, I was too drawn into how to deal with this massive swathe of plague bearers.
Yeah.
And then from now on, going into future competitions, I think I will. I know how to conquer that list a lot more. I know how to. I've put a lot of wasted shots into plague bearers, and I shouldn't have bothered.
And that's for everyone, like big moral to this is, we plan tournaments. Every time you go to a tournament, you might come up against a new list, something you haven't played before, even a codex you haven't played that many times. And you learn stuff, and every time you're learning more, you're learning new things, and that's only going to make you a better player, more experience. So next time you go back, you know how to handle a mixed chaos demon list better. Yeah, and, it's the same for anyone. I mean, I still come up against lists that I haven't played like that much. I played Imperial Guard the other day, which I haven't played that much Imperial Guard, because if it's not in your local sort of group or whatever. And I learned a lot what Imperial Guard can do, and I lost.
I went to a tournament. We didn't do a review for that, but it was a more of an ETC style tournament at Element, and I did. I played 2 Eldar flyer spams. One with 9 flyers, and the second one was 6 and 3 fire prisms.
Yeah.
I sort of know. I've got an Eldar army, so I know what they can do. But it was just a case of
But then when you've never played 9 Eldar flyers, even if you know what they can do, it's like what they then do with them flyers, and you're like, how do I combat this? And it's playing stuff and learning how to combat it.
I did learn in that one. I played first time I played Tau, so it's all learning experience. And this time I played a heavy lot of chaos, and so
yeah, it's good. Well, thanks for giving us your review on these 2 tournaments and letting us know how you got on and stuff like that. It's really good, and obviously we're going to be doing some more chats and more things like this for future tournaments and things like that. So we'll leave it there. So please like and subscribe if you have any more. If you want to see any more reviews, tournament reviews, competitive talks. Obviously, this is one of the things we're doing, along with all the other videos and everything we do. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah.